Garbage skills become the strongest in the ninja world. Chapter 1, No Wonder Uchiha Dance. Chapter 1, Unremarkable My Uchiha. In the 41st year of Konoha, the undercurrents in the ninja world were surging, and there were constant frictions in the major ninja villages. The three generations of Konoha Naruto, the headmaster of the ninja school, Sarutobi Hizen, accompanied by Naruto assistant Koharu, inspected the ninja school. Standing in the office, looking through the blinds at the little bunny juices on the training ground, Sarutobi Hiruzen sighed, before the second generation of adults died, I was appointed as the third generation of Hokage. In the same year, I took over as the headmaster of the ninja school. For more than 10 years, when I think about the heavy responsibility I shoulder, I can't sleep or eat. Fortunately, I did not live up to the expectations of the second generation, and I managed to make a little achievement. Under my rule, outstanding ninjas such as Orochimaru, Tsunade, Jiraiya, Minato, and Kakashi emerged from the ninja school. Outstanding young people are the future of a village, and the principal of the ninja school has a great responsibility. Seeing Sarutobi Hizen recalling the past, the ninja teacher Murakami Jingning knew how to pat the buttocks that the third generation pouted. Naruto-sama is naturally an outstanding achievement. Your student Sannin fought hard against the demigods in the ninja world a few years ago, and now they have become strong men who can stand on their own. Minato-san was promoted to Jonin a few years after graduating, and has a promising future. The Konoha and Ninja School, with your wise leadership, it is hard not to prosper. Blow is right. Just a little bit of work. Sarutobi Hizen waved his hand in self-deprecation, suddenly remembered something, and asked, after Kakashi graduated, have other geniuses emerged from the ninja school? This. Murakami Jingning got into trouble and was at a loss for words. There must be some outstanding young people in the ninja school. The outstanding young people in Konoha have never stopped. But who did Naruto-sama mention just now? Sannin, Namikaze Minato, Hatake Kakashi. Among these people, except for Jiraiya, all of them showed extraordinary aptitude in their youth, and their talents were visible to the naked eye. People are more dead than people, and goods are thrown away. The boss has just brought out a few geniuses, so what you propose next can't be much worse than those people. Ugh. Sarutobi Hizen sighed, a look of disappointment flashed in his eyes, and said, I'm too greedy. For such outstanding young people as Minato and Kakashi, it is a blessing to have one in 10 years. These young people in the ninja school today, the oldest, should be no more than the same age as Kakashi. Murakami Jingning understood the words of Hiruzen Sarutobi, these people are theoretically Kakashi's same class. Kakashi graduated after 1 year of admission, and they still have to spend time in the ninja school. How can this be compared to Kakashi? Got Kakashi? Judgment. Murakami Jingning felt a sense of crisis in his heart. As a teacher of the ninja school, the biggest responsibility is to cultivate and discover outstanding young people for Konoha. Although geniuses can't be obtained by saying they have them, there are 3 generations of people who have something to say about them. When I focused on education, I caught Sannin and Minato. Why did you pull your hips? You Murakami Jingning is working as a ninja school teacher, don't you know if you don't have the ability, you don't even have a face. Murakami Jingning gritted his teeth and stomped his foot, and said, a genius as brilliant as Sannin is naturally rare. However, I have not gained nothing from being a ninja school teacher for the past few years. I have also discovered an excellent young man. This person is Kakashi's same class. Oh. Sarutobi Hizen's curiosity was aroused, he thought about it for a moment, and said, Kakashi's same class is still at the ninja school, so I need to get to know him. He's the kind of late bloomer. Don't ask, it's a late bloomer. Murakami Jingning added, opened the shutters, pointed to a corner of the playground and said, look at Naruto-sama, that young man dancing is the young genius I want to introduce to you. Sarutobi Hizen and Shun Koharu heard the sound and saw a dark-haired boy of 7 or 8 years old, surrounded by a dozen children, dancing an unknown but visually striking dance under the shade of a tree. There are many children and girls around, all with peach blossoms in their eyes, shouting something, Brother Wu is so handsome, Brother Wu is going to do a spacewalk again. Just one glance, Sarutobi Hizen believed Murakami Jingning's words, this black-haired kid is definitely an extraordinary genius. Even if he is 7 or 8 years old and has not graduated, even if he is not even a genin now, even if Kakashi of the same age as him has become a chunin, he is definitely a genius not inferior to Kakashi. Because this kid is so handsome, with clear eyes, red lips and white teeth, it is not enough to describe the beauty of that kid. He is much more handsome than Kakashi, Minato Nami, and Ertsuzi when they were young. Such a handsome man, you can hardly believe that his aptitude is mediocre. The geniuses who became famous as teenagers in the ninja school all have one thing in common: they are handsome. Such as Orochimaru, Minato, Kakashi. This must be a late-forming talent. What's this kid's name? Konoha asked Koharu, who was the assistant to the bed. Uchiha Dance. Murakami Jingming saw the expressions of the two, and knew that the bet was right. Sure enough, no one could refuse that face. He breathed a sigh of relief, but fortunately he was fooled. Uchiha. Sarutobi Hizen murmured, his eyes narrowed slightly, and he sensed something was wrong. When the ninja school was founded, it was not valued by the major families. At that time, the best young people from the major families would not be sent to the ninja school, but would stay in the clan to cultivate by themselves. To this day, Uchiha and Hyuga of the Konoha clan still retain this habit, preferring to cultivate outstanding young people by themselves. You Uchiha-mai is so rude, why did you get sent to the ninja school? Then I'll have a good look at it. Sarutobi Hizen laughed. Murakami Jingming panicked in her heart, why did she have to see this? Isn't that face convincing enough? Why, are you panicking? Sarutobi Hiruzen glanced at Murakami Jingming and questioned. No. Murakami Jingming wiped the cold sweat from his forehead. Can I say Uchiha-mai is just a silver gun wax head, and the rest are completely ordinary? That must not be possible. I'm going to arrange a battle right away. Murakami Jingming said. Sarutobi Hizen nodded slightly, signaling the former to do it right away. The best indicator of whether a ninja is outstanding is, of course, his strength. The most powerful thing is, of course, the battle. Murakami Jingming felt extremely uneasy in her heart, walked out of the office slowly, kept praying that Uchiha-mai would strive to be a little bit more ambitious and show something different, at least to keep herself from being tough and embarrassing. Beep, beep, beep. A rapid whistle sounded. Murakami Jingming put down the whistle and shouted, the free time is over, everyone gathers. End of this chapter. Garbage skills become the strongest in a ninja world. Chapter 2, Beauty only matches the strong with gold fingers. Chapter 2, The beauty is only matched with the strong and the golden finger. Really, we have to gather in less than 10 minutes of playing, and it clearly said that we will play for half an hour. The black-haired little loli Yuehong puffed out her face and raised her mouth to complain, then pulled Uchiha-mai's arm and shook it twice, and said, Brother Wu, can you dance a little longer after school? Next time, definitely next time. Uchiha-mai replied very perfunctorily, and pulled out his arm without a trace. I'm not interested in loli, please come back in 10 years. The rest of the cubs watching saw Uchiha-mai no longer dancing, and they all sighed with little interest, and gathered in front of Murakami Jingming to line up. Uchiha-mai is older, standing at the end of the line, thinking about something. It has been more than 4 years since he traveled to the world of Naruto. In the past few years, Uchiha-mai can clearly feel the increasingly urgent atmosphere of Konoha. Take this ninja school as an example. When I first entered the school a few years ago, the courses from grades 1 to 6 were not too tight. Besides theoretical and practical exercises, I could get a rest time every week. As time went by, this night was gradually compressed, and this time it was only 10 minutes. The fire of war is about to ignite. After the team was assembled, Murakami Jingming held the roster and called the name, and said, everyone is having a good time. Due to special reasons, there will be some changes in today's course, and a battle will be added temporarily to test your strength. You are free to choose your opponents. If the challenged is higher than the challenger, you cannot refuse, but you can admit defeat. As soon as Murakami Jingming finished speaking, Sarutobi Asma, who had been displeased with Uchiha-mai for a long time, immediately raised her hand and shouted, Teacher, I want to challenge Uchiha-mai. Asma is not happy watching Uchiha-mai, it's not a day or two. Because his father is Hokage of the 3rd generation, Asma is well taken care of by teachers in the school, and there is a group of little rabbit cubs gathered around, quite a bit like the Tianlong gang and the evil wolf group on campus, very second. The ninja school's 6th grader who is not afraid of trouble. JPG. Most people in the ninja world are generally precocious, in love, and in early marriage. Before entering school, Asma fell in love with Yuhika, the little loli from the Yuhi family. Send a candy bar today and send a card tomorrow. It was a good talk. But since the day I entered the ninja school, everything has changed. In this small ninja school, Uchiha Mai and Kakashi, the pair of crouching dragons and phoenixes, are hidden, referring to their appearance. Most of the girls in the ninja school became their fans. It's normal for little girls to control their faces. A year later, Kakashi, the young phoenix, graduated, but left behind the most handsome Wulong Uchiha dance. It was okay in the beginning. Uchiha Mai was like the little cool brother Utsuzi in Shippuden. He took the line of aloof and melancholy handsome men, ignoring everyone, beheading countless girls but not very aggressive. Sarutobi Asma told himself in his heart every day, don't be afraid, Ah Hong is young and naive now, and it's normal to like Uchiha Mai's little white face. When she grows up, Ah Hong will know who is the one who likes her the most and is the most suitable for her. Sarutobi Asma considers himself the leader of the ninja school and needs to be generous, and has never asked Uchiha Mai for trouble. But since a few months ago, the style of painting has changed abruptly. Uchiha Mai's line of Gaoling Xiaoqua has not changed, but he is more aggressive and able to tidy up. Today I sit on a tree branch with one hand on my cheeks and pretend to be melancholy. Tomorrow I sit by the river with my back against the sunset and play the harmonica. The day after tomorrow I will sing and dance rap basketball on the school playground, no basketball. Combined with that handsome face that can be eaten by all ages, who can stand it? How can I fix it? Why is it not me who is so handsome? Seeing Yuhi Kung sinking deeper and deeper, Asma's heart was cut like a knife. My sister Kung, why did you like this little white face? Sarutobi Asma, angered from his heart, raised his finger and pointed at my Uchiha provocatively. Sissy, don't refuse my challenge if you have a kind. Today, I want to reveal your true face and let everyone know that you are nothing but a with only one face. It is good. Big brother Asma on board. The male bunnies on the playground clapped and applauded, wishing to replace Asma and smash my Uchiha's face. Is a real male enemy. The whole school has a good relationship with Uchiha Mai, only Mate Kai, whose head is full of muscles, and Uchiha Obito, who is from the same family. Obito's dream Noara Rin likes Kakashi, so Obito doesn't hate Uchiha Mai. Ugh. Uchiha Mai sighed, the children of the ninja world are really precocious, and the drama of being jealous for the sake of women can actually be staged in elementary school, which is really rare. I don't think I'm a sissy. Uchiha Mai said. Uchiha Mai is handsome, like the peak white-skinned Gu Tianla, Zunlong, and Takashi Kaneshiro. He has sharp eyebrows and sharp eyes. Although his face is quite white, he is not related to his mother. Your name is Sissy. Asma continued defiantly. Uchiha Mai. All. This cannot be refuted, the word dance is indeed used more by women. You don't understand Uchiha. Uchiha Mai can only vaguely say. Do you understand the gold content of this name? With this name alone, we have already won the vast majority of Uchiha clansmen. Stop talking nonsense, dare to accept the challenge. Sarutobi Asma pressed step by step and said, we too have a one-on-one duel, I won, you are not allowed to talk to Hong in the future. You win, I will call you grandpa in front of everyone. Beauty is only for the strong. JPG. Sarutobi Hizen's wrists were trembling in the office, and he wanted to rush out on the spot to give Asma 2 big ears. What's the little rabbit's juice? You call him grandpa, so what should I call him? Yuhi Hong Xiaofei covered her cheeks with her hands and was shy, one ninja school carrying the handle, the other ninja school grass, actually fighting for herself. Isn't this just the drama in Jiu Rui romance novels? You guys don't fight anymore, don't fight for me anymore. JPG. Uchiha Mai's mouth twitched slightly, can I agree to this condition? If it is passed on to the ears of the 3rd generation, won't it kill me directly? What's more, our surname is Uchiha. Change the conditions. Uchiha Mai said, I won, you can spar with me for a month. To make. Asuma agreed, sparring, isn't it a little brother, no problem. Murakami Jingming saw that the two had finally negotiated the terms, and nodded slightly. I knew that someone would definitely challenge my Uchiha, the male public enemy is not a joke. Asuma, as the son of Hokage, now has the strength of Genin, and it is not weak, just enough to test the strength of Uchiha Mai. The rest depends on how good Uchiha Mai, this Uchiha, can be. Regarding this point, Murakami Jingming is still confident. No matter how weak Uchiha is also Uchiha. Uchiha Mai's performance in the class has always been at the middle and upper level, and she should be able to stand still with Asuma for a long time. Coupled with that sky-defying face filter, and then he will be embarrassed, a young genius who is a late bloomer and whose genius is not obvious. Isn't this what it is? The children drew a distance and formed a circle, almost divided into two factions based on gender. Boys supported Asuma, and girls supported Uchiha Mai. Obito hesitated, pulled Kai to the girl's side, and stood beside Noera Rin. Uchiha Mai squinted her eyes slightly, and finally she could test it. The golden finger she got a few months ago was not enough. Originally dressed as a Uchiha clan, Uchiha Mai was excited and nervous in his heart. Uchiha is good, the first blood in the ninja world follows the Limit family, with high returns and high risks. The clinker was mixed in Konoha for a few years, and Uchiha Mai discovered that this body is very general in all aspects, and the future will be at best a jonin. Hunin, isn't that just a chicken cannon fodder? Bah, dogs don't even care. What's more, being able to become a jonin is still the most ideal situation. I have traveled to a few years before the Third World War, and it is still unknown whether I can live to adulthood. This is a war that has swept the entire ninja world, and it is so tragic that children who have just graduated from ninja school will be sent to the forefront. And Uchiha must have participated in the war, and Jishue played the name of Shinsher Jishue at the end of the Third World War. Looking at the end of the day, Uchiha Mai cannot be depressed. Can you be cool little cool brother? Fortunately, there is no way out. Just a few months ago, the late Golden Finger finally went online, that is. This Golden Finger is a bit rubbish. In other words, the future is promising. In general, the host can gain a certain amount of fashionable value after every concave shape and 2 lines. Spend fashion value, you can draw various characters, and then randomly get the props, abilities, talents, etc. of the character. It was under the pressure of the dog system that Uchiha Mai embarked on a road of no return to force the king. In the past few months, I have accumulated 2 lottery opportunities, and I have won the boxing champion Mayweather's shoulder-lifting defense skills and the flying cross of Fish Feast. Mayweather, the former champion of America, has a career of 49 wins and 0 losses. He has excellent boxing skills, is good at defensive counterattacks, and is proficient in shoulder-lifting defense, testing uppercuts and other skills. Cooking Fish Banquet, an actor from China, once played the boxer Lin Siki in the movie, Fighting. Strictly speaking, Uchiha Mai drew Lin Siki's skills. After 2 lottery draws, Uchiha Mai could not wait to realize the dog system into a gree refrigerator, smash it, fill it into a cement bucket, and then reclaim the sea. What's this shit? This is the Naruto world. I want boxing skills and jujitsu skills to be useful. Konoha's lower ninja can fly over the eaves and walk over walls, and palms out to subdue dragons. You let Mayweather come and see if he can beat Konoha Genin. The explanation given by the dog system is that this is only a half-star skill for a half-star character. In the future, as the host's strength increases, more advanced characters will be unlocked. Besides, there are no junk skills, only junk hosts. Is Konoha Gankwan in Hokage and Ultraman Leo's cosmic boxing in the Ultraman series really better than Mayweather's boxing skills? If you are as fierce as Ultraman Leo, then your half-star boxing skills can also become cosmic boxing skills, aren't you too naive? Uchiha Mai was speechless. This dog system also wears a condom for an old sow, a set of sets. It's not unreasonable. There are no trash skills, only trash hosts. Come on, Saint Seiya's Golden Lightspeed Punch is waiting for me. As long as I persevere, sooner or later, I will be able to smash the planet with one punch. Using A Q's spirit to paralyze his Uchiha dance, he has been practicing these two skills for several months, and based on these two skills, he has learned and mastered more boxing and jiu-jitsu skills. After some training, his strength has indeed improved a lot, and the ability given by the dog system is not completely tasteless. Today's confrontation with Sarutobi Asuma is a blockbuster time. After 3 months of hard training, it can finally come in handy. End of this chapter. Garbage skills become the strongest in the ninja world. Chapter 3, Matthew's Shock. Chapter 3, The Shock of Matt K. Uchiha Mai and Sarutobi Asuma separated from each other, each raised a hand, forming a seal of opposition. Konoha is a big village, and it pays a lot of attention to it. The ninjas in the village need to tie the seal of opposition before the formal battles and exercises, which is the gesture of the 2 stone statues in the End Valley. After the fight, the seal of reconciliation will be signed, which means that there will be no revenge after the fight. We have reconciled. I beat you so badly just now, I hope you don't take it to heart. Brother Asuma, come on, knock him to the ground. Come on boss, smash his face. Asuma's younger brothers waving their fists and shouting, cheering for the bearer. Uchiha Mai has become accustomed to the hostility towards the boys of the ninja school, and it's my fault for being handsome. The girls are not to be outdone when they see this, and they waved their hands to cheer for the male god. Wujuan, teach that arrogant guy a good lesson. Wukuan, slap that monkey's face and let him know that he's just relying on Hokage-sama's power. In the previous life, Naruto, comics or TV, there is not much description of the experience of Kakashi's generation in the ninja school. Just said that Asuma was a bad boy when he was young, and he was more rebellious. After a conflict with the 3 generations, he went to the land of fire. Uchiha Mai experienced firsthand that the grandson of Asuma was really bad at the ninja school. He led a few younger brothers all day to be arrogant and domineering. Although he didn't do anything bad, he was really annoying. Girls naturally don't like this kind of badness. Asuma saw the girls all turn towards my Uchiha, her face turned red. Why am I not attracted to girls like this? Hong Yuhi turned his head and looked around, seeing everyone cheering for my Uchiha, he raised his hand and shouted timidly, "My Kuan, pay attention to safety." Push. This was the sound of Asuma's heart being stabbed. Seeing that the atmosphere was almost set off, the teacher Murakami Jingning raised his hand and dropped it quickly, shouting, "Start." Asuma was about to rush forward to slap Uchiha's face when she saw my Uchiha jumping around in a weirder pose, and she stopped abruptly. Uchiha Mai's left fist is raised forward to parallel with the shoulder, the angle between the elbow joint is about 90 degrees, the right hand is clenched to protect the lower jaw, and the head is slightly lowered. The torso remains upright, but the upper body leans forward as a whole because the waist is slightly bent. The legs are the same, one in front and the other behind, the knees are slightly bent, the feet are parallel, and the distance between them is roughly equal to the width of the shoulders. What weird pose is this? Asuma was a little confused for a while. Wu's posture is a bit ugly, it doesn't match his flamboyant face. Obito, who was watching, complained. "This is so ugly, don't talk nonsense if you don't understand." Kurenai Yuhi turned around and glared at Obito, angrily said. Obito obediently shut his mouth, complaining in his heart that if someone else took this pose, you would definitely be uglier than me. Might K watched Uchiha Mai intently for a long time, suddenly his excitement and joy overflowed, and he burst into tears. "Hey, I understand, I understand. I am not the only ninja in school who specializes in taijutsu, and taijutsu is not a jutsu only practiced by the useless without ninjutsu talent." Matakai's emotional expression has always been more exposed and enthusiastic. This shout attracted everyone's attention, including Asuma, who confronted my Uchiha. "Damn watermelon head, what do you understand?" Obito questioned. Might K wiped away the tears from being overly excited, and explained excitedly, "Although the dance posture looks weird, it is a superb physical preparation posture. His left fist is in front to facilitate testing and attacking, while his right fist is in the back to protect his chin. He can also attack with heavy punches at critical moments. The chin is a relatively fragile part of the human body. Once it is hit hard, it is easy to pass out. In order to further protect this weakness, Uchiha danced his head down a bit. At the same time, his legs and knees are slightly bent, also in order to be able to exert better force. The feet are one behind the other but parallel, which can maintain the balance of the body to the greatest extent. On the whole, this is a posture that can be attacked, retreated and defended in a frontal physique contest. Uchiha dance playing physical art, Mat K is more happy than anyone. For a long time, taijutsu ninjas have not been valued by the major ninja villages. Mat Kai's father, Mat Dai, has no ninjutsu talent, and he is only a ninja at the age of several decades. No one knows better than K how powerful his father Matty is. After using Beiman Duinjia, it's not too easy for Mat to fight a normal chunin. K, like Mate, also has no talent for ninjutsu, but he has always regarded his father as an idol and firmly believes that even with only taijutsu, he can become a powerful ninja. Just because he looks naive and doesn't know how to ninjutsu, he is not treated well by other students in the ninja school, and he is often discriminated against. Now the ninja school idol my Uchiha is also playing taijutsu. I see. What else do you have to say? That is Uchiha. Oh. Obito just nodded, unawares, and continued to look at the two facing off. The reaction of the rest of the students was almost the same as Obito's. They didn't think that Kai was very good and his physical skills were very good because of Kai's explanation. I just think Uchiha dance is awesome, but he has developed such an awesome thing at such a young age. Kai still doesn't understand the world, everything depends on the face. Can attack and retreat and defend? I don't believe in this evil. In the arena, Sarutobi Asuma clenched his teeth angrily, and he was even more angry when he heard Kai touting Uchiha Mai, and Zyabalion knew a physique. Asuma ejected, punched Uchiha Mai in the face with a fist. My Uchiha's pupils shrank slightly, her head tilted back slightly to avoid Asuma's fist, and a light punch from her left hand hit Asuma's cheek quickly and accurately, smashing the latter's face on the spot. It is good. Sarutobi Hizen in the office clapped his hands and applauded. I have long wanted to teach this little rabbit juice a lesson. Uchiha Mai, who was hit with a single blow, quickly took 2 steps back, distanced himself from Asuma again, and was not in a hurry to attack. Asuma gasped in pain and almost burst into tears. How could this little white face punch? Received a punch, Asuma learned a lesson, and was not in a hurry to attack, and moved around Uchiha with a solemn expression, trying to find an opportunity to attack. Uchiha Mai smiled. Mayweather's fighting skills, at least in the fight of Genin, are still very useful. Genin, he lacks combat experience, the speed of forming the seal is not fast enough, and the amount of chakra is not enough. Basically, it is all based on physical skills. Occasionally there is a ninjutsu, which is nothing more than the 3-body ninjutsu, which is a popular ninjutsu. The final decision depends on the taijutsu. At this stage, Mayweather's boxing skills can play a huge role. Even if the ninja battle is not a boxing match, it is still the case. The boxing preparation stance can also be used in unrestricted mixed martial arts and free fighting. In addition, the most important thing is the idea and wisdom. Just as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is called human chess, boxing is also not a simple strength confrontation, and many of its skills and fighting wisdom can be used for reference. End of this chapter. Garbage skills become the strongest in the Ninja World. Chapter 4, Punching Konoha Kindergarten. Chapter 4, Punching Konoha Kindergarten. Come. Uchiha Mai smiled, opened his left fist, hooked his fingers on the backhand, and provocatively said. Arrogant, too arrogant, we must strike hard. The goddess Yuhika was still watching, and Asuma didn't want to be too cowardly, and while being on guard in her heart, she slammed a heavy punch into Uchiha's cheek. The fist roared past. With a faint gust of fist wind, it can be seen that Asuma's fist is full of strength, and he has used chakra. Taiju does not need to consume chakra to attack the enemy, but using chakra when attacking can make the body highly active and gain more powerful strength and explosive power. Activation of the body is not the unique ability of Kakashi or Yunin village ninjutsu, any ninja in the ninja world will have this ability. Wouldn't anyone really think that Naruto, who was in his teens, flew over the eaves and walked on the wall, and jumped on the roof with his legs, relying on pure physical strength? Kakashi's cell activation technology, Yunin villages lay done bodybuilding secrets, and 8 armors just allow practitioners to use chakra in a more subtle way. At the same chakra consumption, get a stronger pava than normal ninjas, and a faster speed. Asuma used Chakra's punch, obviously rushing to beat Uchiha Mai's face. Uchiha Mai repeated the old tricks, the torso and head were withdrawn again, and at the same time, the front left fist hit a straight punch to counterattack. It's just that Asuma learned to be smart this time, and evaded quickly while waving his fists in the air, saving that unsightly face. I have seen through your moves. Asuma sneered triumphantly. Oh, that's right. Uchiha Mai smiled slightly, took half a step forward, and punched Asuma's cheek with a straight left hand, which was extremely fast. Asuma was startled. She thought Uchiha Mai would only be defensive and counterattack, but she never expected that he would take the initiative to attack. Asuma lost his mind for a moment, subconsciously trying to block the straight punch. The face was swollen with one punch. Would it be okay to take another punch? Just as Asuma reacted, the door in front of him was already wide open. Uchiha Mai seized this fleeting opportunity and quickly threw out the right fist curled up at the chin, hitting Asuma with a jab. Ma's eyes. Ow! Asuma screamed, tears streaming down uncontrollably. Her left eye socket was hit so black. Uchiha Mai's punch obviously still used a bit of strength. Tentative attacks and tug-of-war, common tactics in boxing, and Mayweather is particularly good at this technique. Asuma, who was punched again, blushed. She had scolded the opponent with harsh words earlier, but only 2 rounds had been beaten in the face. Shame, shame. The most important thing is that Ahong, the lover of the dream, is still watching. It doesn't matter if you win first, the one who laughs last is the one who laughs best. As long as I beat him up next, everything can be saved. After paralyzing himself with Q's spirit, Asuma, who was in urgent need of restoring his reputation, hurriedly punched the opposite chin. Uchiha Mai was calm in the face of danger, lowered her head and raised her shoulder blades at the same time, protecting the vital point of her chin, so that she would not be knocked out by a single blow. After the move, Uchiha Mai retreated 2 steps again to spread the distance, and her left fist made a punching posture, constantly dangling in front of Asuma, attracting Asuma's attention. Small shattering fist, one of Mayweather's common techniques, can effectively control the opponent's line of sight, causing him to lose his balance and distract him. Although Asuma was eager to attack, he was still very afraid of Uchiha Mai's fist. If he got another punch, his little face would be lost. Uchiha Mai has been watching Asuma's line of sight, and after finding that the latter's attention is somewhat distracted, she once again swung her right fist on Asuma's cheek. Asuma, who was hit with another heavy punch, didn't have time to get annoyed when he realized that Wu, who had retreated with 1 punch before, suddenly slammed his fists towards him like a storm. My Nima. If this is put on the boxing ring, the first reaction of a professional boxer must be to put his hands in front of his face to protect the vitals. But Asuma is a ninja. He decided to be tough with Uchiha Mai. The real macho is not afraid of everything. Unfortunately, Asuma, who was determined to fight back, was stunned by Uchiha Mai's combination of punches before he could throw a few punches. In the end, he was hit in the chin by a right hook, and he fell to the ground and passed out on the spot. The onlooker teacher Murakami Jingning panicked. This would not kill Asuma directly. He immediately stepped forward and pulled my Uchiha away, opened Asuma's eyelids and mouth to confirm, and then probed again. He took a breath and listened to his heartbeat. Then he made a reassuring expression to the office without leaving a trace. He didn't die, he just passed out and only lost a few of his posterior molars. Lying on the ground, Asuma's face was bruised, and there was blood dripping from the corners of his mouth. Teacher, is it time to count down to dozens? Uchiha Mai asked subconsciously. What countdown? Murakami Jingning asked a question, and then he realized that he should have wanted Asuma to stand up and continue fighting within 10 seconds, so he replied, it's not necessary. The power of your punch just now was transmitted directly to his brain through his bones. I don't think he could get up without lying down for a few days. In this competition, you won. I'll just say that punching in the chin may cause you to faint. Mate Kai said to the girls beside him with a grin. Uchiha Mai sighed silently, but she couldn't stand up. It's a pity, I still have the most fashionable and hardest flying cross, which is useless. One side passed out, and the seal of reconciliation was naturally unable to end, and this match was naturally an anticlimactic end. Of course, other people can continue to challenge Uchiha, but it is just a lesson from Asuma, and no one is willing to continue to challenge. Had to find an opponent, fight in pairs on the playground, chickens pecking at each other. Murakami Jiming took a chance to return to the office, approached the third generation, and asked tentatively, "Lord Hokage, how is this Uchiha?" "Very good." Sarutobi Hizen nodded slightly, and praised. Without using blood-based boundaries and ninjutsu, he simply used wisdom to play Asuma between his palms. He has a very strong fighting intelligence and is a rare genius. The level of physical skills shown by Uchiha did not surpass her peers too much. What crushed Asuma was skills and psychological tactics. In the battle of ninjas, strength is important, and wisdom is also very important. It is with wisdom that Nara Shikamaru buried Hideon, who has an immortal body. And Sarutobi Hidden, especially appreciate this kind of ninja with fighting wisdom. The Chunin exam in the original plot, a total of 153 people from each ninja village participated, including Naruto, Shaoli, Hyuga Neji, Xiaoqua Sasuke, Gaara, and even surpassed some Shang-nin. But this test became the Chunin, and only Nara Shikamaru was the only one. This shows that when Konoha rated ninjas, he did not only value strength. End of this chapter. Garbage skills become the strongest in the ninja world. Chapter 5, Reject Mitke. Chapter 5, Rejecting Mat K. As for the fact that his own son Asuma was hammered into a concussion and rushed to the Konoha hospital, Sarutobi Hizen didn't care. Konoha has the most complete medical ninja system in the ninja world, and also has the best medical ninja Tsunade Heim in the ninja world. Not to mention concussions, cerebral palsy can be saved. A mere ninja school battle exercise can be hit with a concussion. It can be seen that Asuma is half-hearted. If this is on the battlefield, wouldn't it be done directly by someone? Now it's better to be beaten to death than to be hacked to death later. On the other hand, Uchiha is also very satisfied with today's harvest. The talent of this body is considered a genius in the eyes of ordinary ninjas in the ninja world, but in the eyes of Uchiha, it is completely unremarkable, and it is the level of ordinary Uchiha clansmen. So far, the amount of chakra is not at the normal level of ninja, and the ninjutsu mastered is only the three-body technique. The chakra attribute is fire, but so far he has not mastered any fire ninjutsu, even the second pillar of age is not as good. Comprehensive strength is not better than Sarutobi Asuma, almost 55%. But with Mayweather's boxing skills, it is a surprise to be able to smash elementary school students. Boxing, like racing, seems to be a very adrenaline-stimulating in sport, but it actually requires players to remain absolutely calm. Because there are many restrictions in the official competition, the physical fitness of the two boxers of the same level will not be too different. How to distribute physical energy and how to more effectively attack opponents will become the key factors in determining the outcome. The development of boxing skills and tactics is equivalent to adding restrictions to give you a proposition composition, and then let you explore along this proposition. After decades of groping in the modern professional boxing world, the various techniques, tactics, and power-generating skills that have been summed up are very mature. Uchiha has learned and absorbed this knowledge, and put it in the world of Naruto. Let's not talk about becoming a master of physical arts concepts, bullying elementary school students, it must be no problem. When you learn various physical arts in the future, you can also modify them into the most suitable version according to your own knowledge and understanding, and turn them into your own shape. Overall, Uchiha-Mai's impression of the dog system has changed. The half-star skill is so powerful, and the more advanced skills don't take off directly. Satisfied, Uchiha-Mai inadvertently glanced at the system, and suddenly his pupils shrank. Fashion value, 304. The current system is still the primary version, and only supports half-star lottery and one-star lottery. The former requires 100 fashion points, and the latter requires 300. When the host strength increases to a certain level, more advanced lottery options will be unlocked. In the past few months, I used to dress up as a melancholy handsome man every day, and with this face, I only saved more than 300 fashion points and won 2 prizes. Before going to school today, Uchiha-Mai took a special look, only the fashion value of 106, how did it suddenly soar nearly 200 points? Is it because he beat Asuma Sarutobi, because he is a character with more scenes in Shippus, so he can get more points. Then I won't be sleepy anymore. Uchiha Mai rubbed her chin, and a pair of star eyes looked back and forth on the ninja school's little rabbit juice with malicious intent. Might K, Obito, Noera Rin, Mitarai Red Bean, Yuhi Red, Moonlight Gale, are all characters in Shippuden. If this is to play all of them one by one, that's not so good to fly. This is just a ninja school, and there are also Woolen Wool in the Uchiha clan. Uchiha Shisui just turned 4 years old, 8-year-old playing 4-year-old Sozi. The eldest son of the patriarch Fuyue, Itachi, has just been born. A few days ago, he had a full moon wine feast in the clan. If he had a chance to play Itachi's little Gogo, wouldn't he also be able to pick up wool? Just when Uchiha Mai was counting the children that Konoha could bully, the school bell rang, and the little bunny juices had to go back to their respective homes to find their own mothers. Uchiha Mai took back his thoughts, and the wool is not in a hurry, and these wolves will not run for a while. There are opportunities. The top priority is to go home as soon as possible, and in a safe environment, enjoy the lucky draw with 1 star. After repeatedly rejecting the requests of several little girls to go home together, my Uchiha was blocked by a beast at the gate of the ninja school as soon as he left the school. That beast from Beauty and the Beast. The shiny watermelon head, the big nose that resembles Jackie Chan, the 2 thick eyebrows wider than the road, and the iconic green tights. Mitkei opened his arms to stop Uchiha Mai, his eyes flashed with the will to never give up, and said loudly, "Mai, let me have a showdown." "I refuse." Uchiha Mai replied coldly without thinking. "Okay, I know that a person like you who loves taijutsu won't refuse another physique practitioner's challenge." "Wait, reject?" Might Kai Barbara made a round of guns, and then suddenly reacted, and the opponent rejected his challenge. "There is no reason for this." Uchiha Mai suddenly raised his head, facing the evening wind and looking at the sunset in the west, sighing, "Today is my brother Jishui's birthday. I promised him to go back early to celebrate his birthday with him. My parents died on the battlefield when I was very young. Shishui is my only relative in this world." "Do you have a younger brother?" "Not biological." Uchiha Mai opened her eyes and said, "Nonsense. Both are surnamed Uchiha. He is younger than me, so he is not considered a younger brother, and his clan younger brother is also a younger brother. As for there are so many Uchiha, why do you say the only relative? Do you understand feelings? The definition of a loved one is not just blood, it is philosophy." "Woo." Might K suddenly choked up, burst into tears, and said moved, "What a touching brotherhood, the birthday of the only relative is indeed more important than a showdown. It's really good that you can understand." Uchiha Mai patted Mate Kai on the shoulder, but fortunately fooled him. What Jishui's birthday is naturally a fake, the reason for the rejection is naturally to rush back to the lottery. At this stage, Mat K should be relatively weak, and it is not a big problem to beat him. But Mat K is best known for his tenacity and stubbornness. If this is entangled, he may not be able to go home until midnight. It looks like we can only make an appointment another day. Mat K regretted. Next time definitely. Uchiha Mai smiled. After got rid of the obstacles, Uchiha Mai took advantage of the twilight and trot all the way back to the Uchiha clan, where his parents left behind. In the beginning, the second generation of Hokage always wanted to support Uchiha, but in order not to be realistic, the Uchiha family was arranged in the center of Konoha, and the area was also very wide. Uchiha has always pursued the principle of intermarriage within the clan, and has experienced the Second Ninja World War. There are not many people in the old clan, and there are many empty houses. So much so that Uchiha, a little kid with only one person in the family, can also have a set of courtyards alone. End of this chapter. Garbage skills become the strongest in the Ninja World. Chapter 6, Powerful 1-Star Ability. Chapter 6, Powerful 1-Star Ability. Uchiha Mai closed all doors and windows, took a shower and changed clothes, and then opened the system interface. The lottery should be religious. Metaphysics, they have all crossed into the Naruto world, I can't believe it. The various interfaces of the dog system are very simple, crude, and without intelligence. Only when Uchiha Mai has questions, he will answer them in the form of subtitles. Host, My Uchiha. Fashion value, 304. After is the lottery interface. Currently, only the half-star card pool and the one-star card pool are unlocked. Previously, Uchiha Mai drew Mayweather's shoulder defense and flying cross from the half-star card pool. A person's fate, of course, depends on personal struggle, but the process must also be considered. The two skills drawn are the process of history. Uchiha Mai relied on personal efforts and struggles, taking these two skills as the origin, and in-depth study of related concepts and techniques and tactics of boxing and jiu-jitsu. Can be said to benefit a lot, and it will be of great benefit to future learning and even the development of other physical arts. After all, this is the essence of a career that has been developed for decades. This is a very expandable skill. As long as you work hard enough and are not too stupid, you can become an acquired genius. Half-star skills are so good, one-star skills, hee. My Uchiha rubbed her hands, found the lottery interface in her mind, clicked into the lottery card pool of the one-star skill, spent 300 points, and came to a single draw. The dog system is simple, but it is still very conscientious. The one-star prize pool will definitely be able to draw one-star rewards. If it is replaced by a goose factory or pig farm, the one-star prize pool may be designed like this: 1% chance to get one-star skills, 9% chance to get one-star reward fragments, collect 10 fragments to exchange one one-star reward, 9% probability to get half-star reward, 81% get half-star reward shards. The unpretentious dog system makes Uchiha Mai, who is deeply poisoned by Krypton games, speak his conscience. The brilliance flashed in the card pool, and then accompanied by a burst of special effects, a card with a pentagram engraved on the top appeared in the center of the card pool. Uchiha Mai click on the card to confirm the information of this reward. Lightning 5 Whip 1 star. It is said that it was created by a master of martial arts surnamed Ma. It is as fast as the wind and thunder, and when you practice it, you can throw 5 punches in 5 directions in an instant. What a fool this is! Uchiha Mai yelled, almost spitting out a mouthful of old blood, and kicked the chair in front of him in a hurry. What kind of skill is this? Really thought we couldn't go to Station B in our previous life? The video of the master of martial arts surnamed Ma, Uchiha Mai has seen it. What traditional martial arts is all about, not about martial arts, mouse tail juice, swajingchi, can be summed up in 8 words, which are liars and grandstanding. Boxing champion Mayweather's shoulder-lifting defense and jiu-jitsu's flying cross are solid, which are extremely practical, lethal, and have the ability to expand, and are only rated as half a star. The boxing method of a liar who is in the corners of the world can actually be rated as 1 star. This dog system should be turned into a refrigerator as soon as possible, smashed and poured into a cement bucket to fill the sea. After being annoyed for a while, Uchiha Mai still received this ability. No matter how small a mosquito's legs are, it's still meat. I want to see what bee is in your crotch. The card turned into a little starlight, scattered into Uchiha Mai's limbs, and a piece of knowledge was also integrated into the brain. Uchiha Mai was instantly stunned on the spot. A few minutes later, Uchiha Mai suddenly raised his hand and threw a few punches in a row, then gathered his hands in front of his chest and quickly formed a few seals. Is this so fragrant? Uchiha Mai murmured in surprise. The Lightning 5 whips given by the dog system is not the version created by the liar Master Ma. It was the version that Master Ma boasted that did not exist. This version of the Lightning 5 whips is said to be a skill, but in fact it is closer to a practice method and talent. In some novels, there are 3 types of boxing: performance, practice, and play. Mayweather's boxing skills, flying cross, can be classified as a style of play. The 1-star skill, Lightning 5 whip, is a practice method, and its lethality is not strong. But after learning, it can significantly improve the speed and flexibility of the upper body of the practitioner. And the more skilled you are, the more you can improve. Uchiha Mai can clearly feel that the speed of his punches has increased by 1 point just now, and the speed of the seal has also increased from 2 seals per second to 7 seals in 3 seconds. It seems that there is not much improvement, but you must know that Uchiha Mai has only just acquired this ability, and he has not even practiced it once. The speed of the shot, the flexibility of the upper body, and the speed of the knot are all extremely important qualities for a ninja. Ninjas are generally strong in attack and weak in defense. If they can attack before the enemy, it is possible to preemptively inflict heavy damage on the opponent or even kill the opponent, leaving him unscathed. Magical skills. Dog system, I blame you. Uchiha Mai immediately smiled, and really turned his face and didn't recognize anyone. In the lower ninja stage, in addition to the limit of blood, the number of physiques can best improve the actual combat ability. This wave is really strengthened to the point. Uchiha Mai's thoughts were withdrawn from the system, and he cooked a bowl of noodles hastily. After dinner, he went to the yard to practice the 5-stroke lightning strike. What is Uchiha's bells and whistles in the world of ninja world-defying ninja throwing? Really, in the late stage, it is still the best to use the limit of blood, and the bottom row is ninjutsu and taijutsu. This set of boxing is really mysterious. After hitting it a few times, Uchiha Mai felt that his strength has indeed improved a little bit. This kind of positive feedback is like an experience bar visible in the game, which makes people addicted. Efforts will be rewarded accordingly, and most people are still willing to work hard. Just as Uchiha Mai wanted to hit him a few more times, there was a sudden knock on the door outside the yard. Who? Uchiha Mai asked subconsciously, closed his fists and walked to the door to open the door, but he didn't find the knocker at a glance. Why is there no one? Uchiha Mai muttered. Brother Wu, I'm here. A childish voice came from below. Uchiha Mai looked down, and saw a 145-year-old boy with a bean nose and a bunch of red bean in his mouth, looking up at himself. Uchiha Water stop. This genius who has never appeared in Shipple, and only appeared in the memories of some people is only 4 years old at the moment. The age of Uchiha Shisui has always been controversial. The characteristics of Japanese comics are that there are more than enough creativity and lack of details, and there are often contradictory places in the settings. Kishimoto, he only draws comics, and understands the fart Hokage.jpg. In short, in this world Uchiha Mai wears, Shisui is 4 years old this year. Oh, it's Shisui, what's the matter? Uchiha Mai asked. Jishui took a bite of the red bean balls, and then licked his sugar-stained fingers, and said, I just passed by the patriarch's uncle's house. The patriarch gave me a bunch of and asked me to call you over there. End of this chapter. Garbage skills become the strongest in the ninja world. Chapter 7, Faiake. Chapter 7 Fuyue. The patriarch is naturally the father of Itachi and Ertsuzi, Uchiha Fugaku. This powerful ninja who was killed by Itachi in the original plot is likely to have opened the kaleidoscope during the Third World War, and his strength should not be underestimated. Although I don't know what happened to Fuyue summoning me, Uchiha Mai is not too nervous. After more than 4 years of observation and combined with the original plot, it is easy to understand Fuyue. Konoha has always adopted a policy of fishing and law enforcement towards Uchiha, generally forcing Uchiha to rebel, which is a conspiracy. In this context, most of the Uchiha clan's hearts have drifted away from Konoha, and their resentment is deep, and they have become radicals within the clan. And Fuyue is a moderate. As Uchiha's leader for many years, he has been trying his best to ease the relationship between Uchiha and the village. He is very clear that Uchiha is not the opponent of the village. Even with his eldest son Itachi, Uchiha's genius Shisui, he also inherited his ideas in the future and became Uchiha's moderate. However, Fuyue is far less extreme than Itachi. In the original plot, the voice of anti-fuck in the clan was getting louder and louder, and when the grievances of the clan could no longer be suppressed, the moderate he was still kidnapped by the will of the clan, and chose to stand by the clan. This side. It can be said that, compared to a talker, Fuyue is more like a big housekeeper, doing everything for Uchiha. Because of this, even the radicals within the clan respect and believe in him. As long as your surname is Uchiha, you don't need to worry that Fuyue will stab you in the back, and you will be taller than the next door Hyuga. Uchiha Mai pulled Zaidoubting Jishui and chatted all the way to Fuyue's house. As the patriarch, the Fuyue family's house was not built more imposingly than other houses, except for a few rooms and training facilities in the courtyard, there was nothing else. At this time, Fuyue was sitting on the tatami with his wife Uchiha Mikoto and laughing, with a baby cradle beside him. Uchiha's future genocide was sleeping peacefully in the cradle. Infants are generally lethargic. Seeing Jishue leading the dance back, Fuyue smiled and rubbed Jishue's hair, then took a bunch of red bean from the low table and stuffed them into the little boy's hands. Patted Jishue's and said with a smile, "Here, take this string of meatballs and go find your brother Itachi to play." Uchiha Mikoto understandably got up, pulled Shishue and pushed the stroller out of the room, creating a space for Fuyue and Mai to have a private conversation. "Patriarch, are you looking for me for something?" Uchiha Mai asked. Fuyue stroked his forehead a little distressed, and said straight to the point, "I heard that you beat up Hokage's son at school." "You know so soon?" Uchiha Mai was slightly stunned, and asked again, "A big man like you is so concerned about ninja school?" Fuyue sighed and explained, "The situation is special now. I can only tell you that Genin, who has just graduated in the future, is likely to go to the battlefield. Hokage-sama is also the village head of the ninja school. Under this premise, it is normal for the senior officials of Konoha to pay attention to the ninja school." Fuyue didn't go into details, but after all, he explained a few words to Wu, this little brat. Adults and children discuss the current situation and reason, and many people may not understand. But in the Naruto world, especially before the beginning of the Shippuden plot, it is a normal thing. During the Warring States period, there were constant battles between major families, and it was common for them to go to the battlefield at the age of 7 or 8. After the opening of the ninja village era, the ninja world has not ushered in peace, and the scale of the conflict has intensified. It was only a small-scale friction before, but now it has escalated into a group fire. 7 or 8 years old, with the power of the First World War, can already be defined as an adult at this time. This crazy situation did not improve until a few years after the end of the Third World War. "It's just a normal practice battle," Uchiha Mai said with a guilty conscience. Fuyue. "In a normal practice battle, can you beat Naruto's own son into a concussion, what?" Fuyue said speechlessly, "After all, your attack is still too heavy, and Lord Hokage was also present at that time. In other words, you severely injured his son in front of Hokage." "Hokage also?" Uchiha was a little surprised. "Otherwise how do you think I know about this?" Fuyue asked a question and explained, "Today, Hokage-sama went to the ninja school to inspect the work, and when he returned to the office, he called me over. Pressed my shoulder and said, 'Fuyue, you did a good job, you have cultivated an excellent ninja. That Uchiha Mai from your clan severely injured Asuma with 3 punches and 2 feet. You are doing well, you are doing well. I taught that unfilial son a lesson for me, and I want to thank you very much.'" Fuyue's imitation of the 3-generation-old man is vivid, but there is an unconcealed fear in his eyes. Sarutobi Hizana's family's broken things, Konoha executives all know that Asuma, this little bunny juice, has broken the hearts of the 3 generations. The 3-generation-old man is probably really thankful for Fuyue, but more of it should be beating. Uchiha's people severely injured Hokage's own son, which is still too sensitive after all. "I didn't expect that kid to fight so hard," Uchiha Mai said with a guilty conscience. Fuyue. "Is it because you are too strong?" With a wry smile, Fuyue said with relief, "Anyway, it's pretty good that you can win, Asuma boy, his strength is not bad. On Hokage's side, I've already apologized, and this matter has been revealed, you don't need to be afraid. It's just that when Asuma provokes you again in the future, remember to strike lightly, and it will be almost as good as breaking a bone. This part of the brain is still too sensitive after all." Fuyue chose to stand on the side of the tribe. Is replaced by Hyuga's house, and the murderer will be severely punished, or the person will be handed over to Hokage to deal with. This is the arrogance of the first blood in the Uchiha ninja world, the Kianji family. Naruto's son was beaten with a concussion. I have already apologized. What do you want from me, understood? Uchiha Mai nodded, and after Asuna's grandson was healed, he would be beaten again, with a minimum cost of 1 fracture. Hokage-sama said, "You are Asuma who defeated by virtue of physical skills and wisdom. Cultivation well, the way of Taishu is very promising. We Uchiha not only have fire escape and ninja throwing skills." Fuyue encouraged the dance a few more words. In recent years, Uchiha's young ninjas have fallen into a misunderstanding. In addition to the limits of blood, they blindly pursue fire and ninja throwing techniques. This can't be considered a crooked path, but after all, it's a little biased. As the patriarch, Fuyue knows a lot of Uchiha's history and secrets. The road of body art is indeed possible. The ancestors of Madara Uchiha and the of ninjas, Chisho Hashirama, both had excellent physical skills, or rather outrageous. Can not only perform miracles with great force, but also kick the tail beast with one kick. It can also show off the operation like the bells and whistles of shuriken throwing. At a certain stage, Ancestor Madara was once called Battlefield Rose. End of this chapter. Garbage skills become the strongest in the Ninja World Chapter 8, One Finger Suppression of Uchiha Itachi. Chapter 8 One Finger to Suppress Uchiha Itachi. After a few short chats with the parents, Fuyue ended the conversation between the two. Isn't it just that the son of Hokage had a concussion, just say a few words. The most important thing is that there is a rare physique genius in the clan, which is the focus of Fuyue's attention. Uchiha danced out of the room, turned around and met his old aunt, Uchiha Mikoto, who was sitting in the corridor, and Shisui who was teasing Itachi. "Woo, Fuyue didn't scold you, did he? If he speaks a little more seriously, I hope you can understand, after all, we Uchiha and Hokage are not the same, and have always been feared by the village." The old aunt, Mikoto, glanced at Wu and comforted her softly, for fear that this young man would not understand Fuyue and feel disgusted with Fuyue. This is probably a good helper with a red and white face. Wu smiled and replied, "Aunt Mikoto has been thinking too much, the patriarch just said a few words to me, and just casually chatted about trivial matters. It's all for Uchiha, how could I hate the patriarch? You just understand." Mikoto nodded gently, this young man is quite sensible. The Uchiha family is like a hybrid in dragon. They are naturally powerful and excluded by the high-level Konoha. The villagers also have no good impression of Uchiha. Also pursues intermarriage within the clan, so the number of people in the clan has always been small, and each clan is precious. Most Uchiha clansmen attach great importance to family affection, even to the extreme. Uchiha Mikoto thinks may be a radical, after all, Asuma has been beaten with a concussion. So she didn't want a young man to drift away from Fuyue because of a conflict of ideas and a dispute. Uchiha took a few steps to the body of the baby and leaned over to observe Uchiha Itachi and the infant. In the original plot, this powerful ninja who was brainwashed by the will of fire to destroy his whole family is still just a little kid who hasn't grown any teeth yet, and was teased by Shisui with a rattle. This is the child of Aunt Mikoto and the patriarch, it's called Itachi, right? Mai asked, looking at the diaper under Itachi's crotch. If you play Itachi's little hook a few times now, I don't know if you can get fashion value. Even if you can't get it, you will be able to talk about it in the future. Uchiha Itachi. I think back then when I beat him with one finger, the vegetables won. District Uchiha Itachi also dared to make trouble in front of my second-generation dance king. I think you forgot how I played Xiaogo. Well, Itachi is your younger brother. In the future, you must love each other and get along well. The old Aunt Mikoto nodded. Uchiha stared at Itachi, and the evil thoughts in his heart were growing, eager to try. Just when Wu just raised his hand, the baby Itachi, who was waving his little hand and chasing the rattle, suddenly turned from laughing to crying, wow, and the speed of changing his face was as fast as that of Wu. Uchiha Mehoji can't figure it out, I haven't started yet, why am I crying? Do I already have the deterrent power of a peerless master? The old Aunt Mikoto just glanced down and found the clue, picked up the baby Itachi, and said, "Oh, what an ignorant child. Your Itachi brother has diapered his crotch again, I'll change his diaper right away, and you can play with him again." Diapering the crotch of the trousers, pulling the crotch, this is the stage that any baby will go through. After all, the newborn baby has no wisdom, and gradually he will know how to hold back. Let me come. Uchiha raised her hand with an eager expression on her face. Just as she was about to play Itachi's little go-go, this opportunity came. I'll come too. Shisui, the little brat, also fits the sentence. The old Aunt Mikoto glanced at the two little kids and was very pleased with this picture of brother and brother Gong. so she put the baby Itachi back in the cradle and instructed the two little kids to change the diapers for Itachi. After a while, Wu finally took off the loincloth from baby Itachi's diaper-soaked loincloth, and the somewhat delicate peanut was also exposed to the air. Found another clean towel, soaked it, and wiped baby Itachi's crotch. Mai finally found the opportunity, and in the process of wiping, she flicked it without a trace. The trendy value in the system interface has not increased at all. Uchiha was a little disappointed. Sure enough, Wool is not so easy to smash. Maybe he had a problem with the idea of Noba kindergarten at the beginning. The reason why you can get 200 points by beating Asma seriously may not be all because Asma is a plot character. Is probably also related to factors such as the intensity of the confrontation between the two, the crowd of onlookers, and their inner thoughts. After all, there were still 3 generations of Hokage watching. Defeat his son in front of the 3 generations of Hokage. This kind of behavior can indeed be related to the word fashionable. He died before he started his career, and his plan to make a fortune fell apart. Sure enough, the dog system would not leave such a big hole for people to exploit. But this wave of diaper changes is not a loss, it is a future investment. When Uchiha Itachi grows up in the future, he can put his qualifications in front of Itachi and pretend to be forceful. What are you dragging me with, you little bastard? I even changed your diaper back then. I am the man who suppressed Uchiha Itachi. After changing baby Itachi's diaper, Uchiha Mai went back to her yard, punched until 11 o'clock, fell asleep with a glass of milk, and never left her fatigue until the next day. And then it was day-to-day student life. Dance is considered a fresh student, and will prepare for the graduation exam in about a month. Those who pass will become ninjas, and those who fail will be sent home to sell meat muffins. The difficulty of the graduation exam will not be reduced because of whether Konoha lacks ninjas. The more wartime the ninjas are, the more likely they are to perform dangerous missions and go deep behind enemy lines. In the case of group battles, there is one unqualified person in the team, which will seriously drag the team down. Is about to usher in the graduation exam. The various class schedules for this grade of dance are not as strict as before. After all, everyone needs to review different points. So, Wu got a lot of time to practice physical skills. After playing the harmonica and dancing every day to cut a wave of fashion value, he hid in the corner of the playground to improve his boxing and physical skills. Mayweather's boxing skills are more suitable for the ring system, frontal physical combat, and most of the ninja fights are ambush and encounter. According to the individual's physical condition, needs, and preferences, it is necessary to improve Taishu, which requires a deep understanding of Taishu. Fortunately, Uchiha Mai does not lack these understandings. It took a few days for Wu to finally combine the actual situation, and based on boxing, jiu-jitsu, and 5 consecutive whips, he created a prototype of boxing that is most suitable for him. So far, this set of boxing has only finalized a few basic moves, but it has further improved Wu's strength. After all, this is a physique that really suits you. End of this chapter. Garbage skills become the strongest in the ninja world. Chapter 9, Mat Day. Chapter 9, Mat Dai. When school was over that day, Uchiha Mai was stopped by Mate Kai again. To be honest, Mai was quite surprised that Mate Kai didn't continue to challenge with a stalker a few days ago. Dance, have a showdown with me. Mate Kai, who was dressed in fancy clothes, raised his thick eyebrows, pointed his thumb to himself, and said excitedly, I wanted to challenge you a few days ago. But my dad rarely went to work and rested at home, so he has been training with my dad for several days. My dad heard that Uchiha's young genius also attaches great importance to physical training, and like me, he was greatly encouraged. Mat Kai's dad. Isn't that the one who kicked the 7 ninja swords into 3 auspicious treasures? Uchiha Mai suddenly became interested and asked, Is your father still in the village now? Yes, what's the problem? Mat Kai scratched his head, not sure why. It's nothing, it's just that I've encountered a little problem with my physique practice recently. I want to ask a master who is proficient in physique to ask me. Uchiha Mai replied. In the boxing techniques obtained from Mayweather, most of them are some punching skills, psychological and tactical skills, and most of the jiu-jitsu are lock skills. There is a saying that the arm cannot twist the thigh, and the strength of the legs and feet is far stronger than the fist. It's just that modern boxing has the rule of counting points, and once the leg is raised too high in close combat, it is easy to lose balance, and there are not many skills related to kicking. Looking at the ninja world, because of the super flexibility of ninjas, there is no need to worry too much about losing balance. The popular taijutsu in major ninja villages are mainly kicks. Whether it is Konoha's Gangkwon or Yunin village's ninjutsu, this is the case. Uchiha Mai urgently needs to learn the most fashionable and hardest kicking skills in the ninja world to make up for the lack of his own boxing system. Don't ask why you need to learn the legs in boxing. Konoha Gang's boxing is not a quick kicking skill. Mate Kai heard that Uchiha Mai was looking for his father to learn physical skills, and became more excited for a while, and shed tears again. If Dad knew that Uchiha's genius wanted to learn Taishu from him, he would be very happy. I'll take you to see my dad right away. My dad is Konoha, the most powerful taijutsu ninja in the entire ninja world. You will definitely be able to learn a lot. Having said that, Mate Kai didn't care about the challenge. He took Uchiha Mai and ran to his house. Mai was slightly startled, still somewhat underestimated the influence of the surname Uchiha. In this era when the flames of war have not been completely extinguished, the surname Uchiha has the shocking power of the world of ninja, and only Chinsho can compare. Not to mention the three-hook jade, every Uchiha ninja who has opened his eyes can basically open the double-hook jade when he is an adult. After some more experience and qualifications, you will come out with a Sharingan. Hunin is already the backbone of a village. In Konoha's heyday, the number of Hunin will not exceed 300. And there are ninjas with 3-Goyu and double-Goyu in the Uchiha clan. As far as Uchiha Mai knows, there are at least 40 people, which is the potential 30 to 40 jonin. Among the dozens of Sharingan, most of them do not have a ninja number. Only ninjas who graduated from ninja school will have ninja numbers. This is also the reason why the Konoha ninja number ranks in the early 10,000s, why during the Fourth World War, the 5 major ninja villages were able to gather 70,000 ninja coalition forces. 30 to 40 jonin, 1/10 of Konoha's. The Shain village, which is weaker in the 5 major ninja villages, is estimated to have just over 100 Shainin villages. This is the background of the strongest family in the ninja world that used to be tied with Senju. Uchiha is a noble among ninjas, so expensive that Ertsuzi's talent shown in the early stage of Shippuden is very ordinary, but he can still become the focus of the Chunin exam. In the ninja world, Uchiha's table tennis racket family emblem is better than the sky pattern of the white flag. After Uchiha, let's talk about Mate Kai and Mate Day. Because it is almost impossible to practice ninjutsu and can only practice taijutsu hard, he has never been recognized by other ninjas in the village, and has suffered from scorn. They are at the bottom of Konoha and desperately want the approval of other ninjas in the village. The young man of Uchiha, a noble family in the ninja world, heard that Mate Dai's physical skills are very good, and he wanted to ask him for a ninja training in physical skills. Does it count as approval? That's too much. Uchiha also has physical skills, otherwise how did the title of Uchiha Madara Battlefield Rose come from? Mate Kai danced and ran all the way. He didn't want to stop for a moment and ran home. He pushed open the door and shouted, "Dad, I'm back." In the somewhat dilapidated courtyard, the appearance looks similar to that of Mate Kai, but the many-years-old Mate Day is sitting on a pony in the shade of a tree, bowing his head and sewing weight-bearing leggings for Mate Kai. Hearing his son's voice, he put down the needle and raised his head sharply, asking, "Why did you come back so early? I didn't mean to challenge your classmates today." Who is this? Why did you bring someone back?" Mate Dai took a look, and suddenly noticed the ping-pong racket family crest on Uchiha Mai's clothes, and his pupils shrank. "Hello Mr. Dai, I'm Kei's classmate Uchiha Mai." Wu bowed slightly and said politely. Mate Dai was even more shocked. When did Uchiha's people become so polite? I'm afraid this is not a fake Uchiha. After all, there is something to be desired from others, and politeness is still required. Mate Kai pulled the dance, got close to his father, and introduced, "Dad, he is the Uchiha Mai I told you before, who is very interested in taijutsu and has a high level." He said that he had encountered some problems in taijutsu recently, and wanted to ask a ninja who was proficient in taijutsu for advice. But I'm just a stubborn. Maddie suddenly became unconfident, hesitatingly said, Uchiha's name is still very bluffing. Wu smiled and said nonsense, I heard the elders in the clan say about you. They said that although Mr. Dai is only a shinobi, his strength is very strong, especially his understanding and attainments in taijutsu are among the best in Konoha. If it weren't for the fact that he couldn't learn the three-body art, he would definitely be promoted to Chunin. Ah, this. Uchiha's ninjas rate me so highly. Matt Dai was slightly startled, then suddenly burst into tears and hugged his own son, sobbing, my physique has finally been recognized by the village. I am not a waste, I am also a powerful ninja. Dad is of course a powerful ninja, and taijutsu is not something that only trash can practice. Father and son completely pretend Uchiha Mai does not exist, hugging together to tell the sadness and pain of these years. Uchiha Mai. Could it be that the characteristics of Matekei's crying and emotional expression have been revealed from his father's generation? You must not be infected by them, otherwise you will learn the most fashionable and hardest leg technique, but you will no longer be able to reap the fashion value because you become funny. End of this chapter. Garbage skills become the strongest in the ninja world. Chapter 10, Dance Float Ancient Martial Arts. Chapter 10 Dance Stream Ancient Martial Arts. After the father and son were moved, they remembered that there were outsiders by their side. Matt Dai clenched his left fist to cover his mouth and coughed twice, and said, I will instruct you to practice taijutsu, of course there is no problem, everyone is Konoha ninja. It's just that I don't know, what exactly do you want to learn? Kicking and kicking skills, I want to create my own style of taijutsu, but what I have learned before has more or less kicking skills and is not perfect. Uchiha Mai told the truth. In Shippuden, Matekei, Shaolizi, have no children, and used several kicks such as Konoha Whirlwind and Konoha Whirlwind. That roundhouse kick is tidal, hard and dazzling, highly ornamental and not weak. In general actual combat, roundhouse kick can easily make one lose center of gravity and balance, which is a skill with low practicality. But this is Naruto world. Those few tricks, Konoha's various styles, can be regarded as the accompanying body techniques of the first few sects of Doujinshi, and there must be something extraordinary. According to the setting of ordinary dog blood novels, Beiman Doujinshi is the secret art of the Mat family. Compared with the various winds of Konoha, it is equivalent to the box in which the night pearl is placed, which is relatively unimportant. How can anyone come up to learn the secret techniques passed down by others? Learn a variety of Konoha styles. It's too long to die. Matt put on one hand to rest his cheek, nodded and said, I do have some insights on leg technique, and of course it's okay to teach you. However, your purpose is to create your own style of taijutsu, and learning leg techniques should only be to perfect the system. Then teach you something, you need to think about it. If possible, could you show me the physical techniques you have created so far? Uchiha Mai, a little kid, said that he wanted to create his own style of taijutsu, and Matt Dai did not doubt his ability. Isn't this the routine operation of Uchiha genius? The copy ninja Kakashi claims to have learned thousands of ninjutsu, and Sarutobi Hizen is known as the doctor of the ninja world, and can also use thousands of ninjutsu. But in Shippuden, there are just a few tricks when the two come and go. Why? Because of this, thousands of ninjutsu, there are tricks. Take how Fireball as an example. This sea-level fire escape first came from Uchiha, and then gradually spread in Konoha and even the ninja world. It has great power and few knots. With the amount of chakra used, the power can be adjusted freely. The only disadvantage is that it can't hit people. But in the ninja world, there are still fireballs, big fireballs, double fireballs, and so limited editions, etc. The learning difficulty is almost the same, and all aspects are highly similar. Among all these similar spells, the one whose power is stronger than that of the How Fireball is not as powerful as the one with its seal, and the one that is less than its seal is not as powerful as it is, which makes the How Fireball stand out. Thousands of ninjutsu are here. The same is true for physique. If you really want to create, it is not difficult, but the power and universality cannot be guaranteed. Want to see Uchiha Mai's physical skills? Maikei's eyes lit up, he immediately raised his arms, and couldn't wait to say, let me come. The power of taijutsu can only be truly revealed in battle. Let me have a fight with my dad. You can observe the characteristics of taijutsu on the side. Maidadai nodded slightly, yes. Taishu is not a fancy routine performance, at least there must be an imaginary enemy in order to see the clue of a taishu. Since getting to know Kakashi, Kai has been training hard every day and his strength has grown by leaps and bounds, and now he is not weak in physical skills alone. No problem. Uchiha Mai smiled. Kai, he is a perfect opponent. And, this time, maybe you can get a few points. The last time he beat his son in front of Sarutobi Hizen, and today he beat Kai in front of Matt Dai. This moment is just like that moment. The biggest variable is that there are not so many onlookers. Should be able to harvest some fashion value, right? The yard of Matt Dai's house is quite cramped, and he can't use his fists. Fortunately, the yard is not far from the river, except for the edge of the leaves. Mate Day led the two little kids all the way to the open area by the river, and after witnessing the seal of confrontation between the two, he stepped aside to observe carefully. Dance, I've been waiting for this day for a long time. You are the second opponent I want to challenge, see my youth and passion. Akai felt his whole body was boiling with blood, and he rushed forward with a loud roar, kicking Uchiha Mai's face with a volley and high whip. Leg wind whizzed past, Uchiha Mai quickly lowered his head and threw an uppercut, pointing directly at the base of Akai's thigh, fast, accurate, and ruthless. You exposed your crotch, don't blame me for being too vicious. As soon as Akai's leg came out of the whip, he found out that Uchiha Mai's punch was not quite right, and his face turned pale with fright. Even if he doesn't understand that little thing, Akai, as a taijutsu practitioner, should also know that there is the key of the key. What's more, Akai understands that little thing. Akai once tracked Kakashi, entangled the latter to fight against him, and stalked Kakashi even when he went to the toilet. Then I found that my little Akai was not as powerful as Kakashi's little Kakashi, and was very inferior and depressed for a time. Is not big in the first place. If this is a punch and a chicken egg hit, wouldn't it be more miserable? Akai lost his balance no matter what, forged ahead with all his strength and changed his moves, covering his crotch with both hands, trying to protect little Akai. Uchiha Mai smiles, here we come. Compared with boxing, kicks have a greater range of motion, and are more likely to lose the center of gravity, and it is more difficult to change moves, especially volley side kicks and roundhouse kicks. If the opponent's eyesight is not good, the speed is not fast enough, and the weakness that you expose when you make a move is not caught, naturally there is no problem. Unfortunately, as Uchiha Mai has always dreamed of opening a kaleidoscope, and has always taken good care of her eyesight. A few days ago, I learned the lightning 5 whips again, and the speed and flexibility of the upper limbs have improved a lot. Really fast eyes and hands. The speed of the shot itself is fast, and the opposite is the leg method used. Relatively speaking, it is easier to dance and change. Seeing Akai retracting his leg braces, it was difficult to change his movements again. Wu quickly retracted his fists, raised his arms and jumped forward gently. He clasped his fists with both hands, and the power of his left arm was applied to his right arm. When he fell, he used the elbow of his right arm to smash Akai's head. Dance flow ancient martial arts, foreign style, iron thallium. Don't ask why the name of the move is so long, it is more cool, less obscure, and easy to harvest fashion value. Boxing, jiu-jitsu, and traditional martial arts, Uchiha Mai integrates these skills and plays the effect of the ancient martial arts of Yagami in The King of Fighters. Please call me Konoha Yagamian. Akai couldn't dodge in time, and his head was hit by an iron thallium buzzing, and he fell to the ground with a bang. The corners of Matt Dai's mouth twitched slightly, and he said that he wanted to test the characteristics of Dance's physical skills, so he had to fight back and forth, right? However, with this one move alone, Mate Kai can conclude that my Uchiha, this doll, definitely has his own understanding of physique. End of this chapter.